You can see that Forbes is not a very significant assessor of the standing of the colleges in the United States. It's more the U.S. News and World Report, which is probably, as you can see here, probably the most famous ranking as it has been going on since 1983. So let's see how the U.S. News and World, not Forbes, but the U.S. News and World Report would rank the best colleges of 2010. The best colleges for the more high-tech courses, not civil engineering, but aerospace, aeronautical, and astronautical engineering would be, well, number 2 is the United States Air Force Academy, and of course that's expected because that is their line. And number 4 is the United States Naval Academy, and nowhere in the ranking can you see West Point. Nowhere. Next would be electrical, electronic, and communications engineering. Again, very important, because today people are talking of electronic warfare. They're saying that through electronic warfare you can defeat a superpower. And what are the rankings here? We have the United States Air Force Academy, number 7, and number 8 is the U.S. Naval Academy, and a far number 9 would be the United States Military Academy, tied with Rowan University. I don't know where Rowan University is. So Rowan University, West Point is tied with Rowan University as shown by this ranking. And of course, just to be fair, I'm showing also the engineering programs. And you can see here that the U.S. Military Academy is number 4, and a very close number 5 is the U.S. Naval Academy, 4.1, 4.0. All of us took statistics. You know that this is a statistical tie. There's practically no difference. And down there is the United States Air Force Academy. So medyo nahuli yung mga Air Force dito. Well, liberal arts, this is where we yield to the United States Military Academy. They're very good, really, in liberal arts. But I don't know what liberal arts has to do with ground warfare, for example, or tank warfare. But be that as it may, it's also very important. Just to be fair, you can see that a very, very fair person. I'm showing the ranking of schools, even if the U.S. Military Academy is ranked higher than the U.S. Naval Academy. Now let's go to the methodology of Forbes, which I'm sure Joey Sihuko will be showing. And you can see that the bulk of the ranking would be because of student satisfaction. In other words, students, they're happy. To them, life is okay. And probably the reason why the Naval Academy did not rank very well here is because we are not that contented with our situation. We are always asking for something better. But apparently, in the case of those that are ranked higher, they're satisfied with their present conditions. So just to give you an inkling of what the Forbes ranking is all about. Now let's talk about sports. That's the reason why we're here. Sports, not liberal arts, not engineering, not academics, but sports. This is the Army-Navy get-together, and the reason why we have an Army-Navy get-together is because a few hours from now, Army and Navy are going to be playing against each other in the gridiron. Well, let's look at the overall record from 1996 up to 2009 to 2010. Navy ahead. Winning 63.9% of all the contests. And then with respect to the Navy Star game record versus Army, this is where you get an N star, or I don't know how you call it in Army, maybe A star. In the case of the Annapolis, we call it N star. We have won 68.2% over the past 10 years or so of all the contests. And so far, for the current year, the overall record for Army versus Navy, Navy has won 62.5% of all the contests, and for the N-Star Games, Navy has won 57.1%. Let's look at the individual sports, where Army won, where Navy won. Golf, Navy lost to Army last September 26, although overall Navy is ahead. So I guess in the case of golf, Army has improved very significantly. But in soccer, men's soccer, we won against the Army. In women's soccer, Navy won against Army. And this is very surprising because cross-country is supposed to be infantry domain. The Army should be the one who should be running faster, who should be running longer. But unbelievable, Annapolis has been dominating Army. In the last contest for men's cross-country, Navy won over Army. And overall, Navy has won 43 events, 43 years, as against 28 only. This is amazing. I cannot understand why this is so. But in women's cross-country, West Point has won. We lost now. Volleyball, we agree, West Point is better in volleyball. I guess this is the domain of West Point, the number one as far as volleyball is concerned. And we'd like to congratulate, I think we should give a big hand to Army for being tops in volleyball. In sprint football, of course, Navy has been dominating. We won the last contest. In volleyball, but in the last contest, although this was not an N-Star event, we beat Army. Swimming is, of course, hands down Navy, and that is expected. We would expect that if we would dominate in swimming, Army should be dominating in cross-country. But this is not so. So we've been dominating in swimming, 24 against 4 in the last several contests. In men's swimming also. In football, which is probably the most important event, we have been winning for the past, as we all know, we've been winning for the past 7 years. Basketball, we've been winning also. In men's basketball, we're ahead, 68-42. Rifle, Army, we have not, the next encounter between Army and Navy would be on February 6, and Army is ahead, 37-30 in rifle. This is an event that Army should be dominating because they're the ones shooting rifles more than Navy. And in the case of